Growing mushrooms is an excellent way to add healthy and delicious food to your diet, while also being environmentally friendly. With a little bit of effort and patience, you can easily grow mushrooms in your house. In this article, we will guide you on how to grow mushrooms in your house. Choose the right mushroom species. The first step in growing mushrooms in your house is to choose the right species of mushroom. Different species of mushrooms require different growing conditions, so it's essential to select the species that best suits your needs. Some of the most popular mushroom species for home cultivation include button mushrooms, shiitake mushrooms, oyster mushrooms, lion's mane mushrooms. Select a suitable growing medium. The next step in growing mushrooms is to select a suitable growing medium. The growing medium is the substance that the mushrooms will grow on, and it's essential to choose a medium that is rich in nutrients and free from contaminants. Some of the most popular growing mediums for mushrooms include straw, sawdust, coffee grounds, compost, manure. Sterilize the growing medium. Before you start growing mushrooms, it's essential to sterilize the growing medium to eliminate any contaminants that may harm the mushrooms. You can sterilize the growing medium using a pressure cooker or by baking it in an oven. Inoculate the growing medium. Once you have sterilized the growing medium, the next step is to inoculate it with mushroom spores. You can purchase mushroom spores online or from a local supplier. To inoculate the growing medium, you can use one of two methods. The grain spawn method involves mixing mushroom spores with sterilized grain and then adding the mixture to the growing medium. The liquid culture method involves mixing mushroom spores with a liquid culture medium and then adding the mixture to the growing medium. Incubate the growing medium. After inoculating the growing medium with mushroom spores, the next step is to incubate the medium. The incubation process involves keeping the growing medium at a specific temperature and humidity level for a set period, allowing the spores to grow and colonize the medium. The incubation period can range from a few days to several weeks, depending on the mushroom species and the growing conditions. Create the ideal growing environment. After the incubation period, the mushrooms will start to grow. To promote healthy growth, you need to create the ideal growing environment. The ideal growing environment for mushrooms includes humidity. Mushrooms require high humidity levels to grow, usually between 70 and 90s humidity. Temperature. The ideal temperature for growing mushrooms varies depending on the species. Button mushrooms grow best at 55 to 65 degrees Fahrenheit, while shiitake mushrooms prefer temperatures between 75 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Light. Mushrooms do not require direct sunlight to grow, but they do need some light to grow correctly. Ventilation. Proper ventilation is essential to prevent the buildup of carbon dioxide, which can harm the mushrooms. Harvest the mushrooms. After a few weeks of growth, the mushrooms will be ready to harvest. To harvest the mushrooms, gently twist or cut them off the growing medium. Be sure to harvest the mushrooms before the caps start to open fully. Conclusion. Growing mushrooms in your house is an excellent way to add healthy and delicious food to your diet, while also being environmentally friendly. With a little bit of effort and patience, you can easily grow mushrooms in your house by selecting the right mushroom species, choosing a suitable growing medium, sterilizing the medium, inoculating the medium with mushroom spores, incubating the medium, creating the ideal growing environment, and harvesting the mushrooms. Not only is growing mushrooms a fun and rewarding hobby, but it also allows you to have fresh and organic mushrooms at your fingertips. With the right knowledge and tools, you can easily grow mushrooms in your house and enjoy the delicious taste of freshly grown mushrooms in your meal.